Okay, my father, Ralph Keslin, played chromatic harmonica, which is the one with the button on the side, the long ones. So we had chromatic harmonicas all over the house. When people ask me, when did you start playing harmonica? I was probably 5 years old when I was grabbing my dad's chromatic harmonica. 8th grade or so, I heard some blues music. So I went and bought some 10-hole diatonic blues harmonicas, and I started practicing blues when I was probably 14, 15. By the time I was in high school, I was crazy about blues. But I play a mix of music. Like yesterday, I played a lot of gospel. I play a lot, mostly blues, and I play some country. All musicians, you start out going to jam sessions, right, first. So I got serious with the band stuff when I was maybe early 20s, mid 20s. That's when I started hanging around Mississippi and Arkansas and going to blues festivals. Harmonica Jack and the Harvey House Rockers. Everybody was from Harvey, except me, I'm from Calumet City. Even when I had a band, I always played with a little amplifier for practice. And I never liked playing indoors if I could be outside. Well, I don't know how many years ago I first started dragging around my little speakers and stuff. Mostly at Goodenow Grove, Plum Creek Nature Center, and then here. Then I would combine fishing with my harmonica practice. So I look at it as practice. So back in the late 70s, 80s, so we would park along Route 50 and with our fishing poles and climb over the railroad tracks and fish. So years later, somebody told me, hey, you know, there's a nice lake over there and it's all improved and they put in sidewalks. They go, that sounds like the place I used to fish 20 years ago. So I came here after it became Monee Reservoir, Will County. So I've been fishing here ever since. Probably my favorite practice spot. Sometimes I go sit under a pavilion. If it's raining, I'll still practice at Goodenow Grove under one of the pavilions. It's full of nature, and I look for that stuff. All 4 of my coronary arteries, you only got 4 of them, were almost 100% clogged 4 years ago. So they did triple bypass surgery, and when they sewed me up, they told my daughter, this man has so much damage, he waited too long. I get enough blood to walk, barely. Someday, you know, this is a drug called Milrinone. The IV drug pump goes all directly to my heart, this IV line. I was a hardcore marathoner at one point in my life, all after age 42. So I tried to run the Chicago Marathon every other year, and when I hit 55, I couldn't run anymore. And that's when they discovered a large buildup of calcified plaque. So that's when they started telling me, you're an ideal candidate for a heart transplant because your heart's in bad shape, but everything else is in pretty good shape. The cardiologists even think that because I was a runner maybe, what's left of my heart works pretty good. But the surface damage to the muscle, the upper third of my heart is tremendous. I said, well, how could that be? I've never had a known heart attack. I've never been in an ambulance in my life. So well, you have massive heart damage, probably from multiple silent heart attacks in my sleep, which I had never heard of. When my heart disease was getting worse and worse and worse, I would come here. I've always walked around Goodenow Grove all my life. So I would walk up and down the hill and run up and down that hill. My dad loved walking around the woods, and I took after him in that way. So I was walking around the woods when 8, 9, 10 years old. When the other kids were off playing tennis, football, golf, I was always in the woods. I don't like being indoors, ever. So as soon as I get up, I get out, and I either come here or I go to Goodenow Grove. And I just feel it's peaceful and relaxing, and maybe that's why my heart still works at all, you know. But I'll go to Plum Creek Nature Center, Goodenow Grove, and walk around several times around the little snapper pond there. I think I'm the happiest guy I know, and I'm serious, and I have a lot of fun. And every day I do get out of bed thinking, I want to have some fun today.